Good morning. I'm going to take you along this morning on what I'm doing. I'm making a fast and easy pineapple upside down cake. And I say fast because guess what? We're using cake mix. Sometimes I like to make my own cake. Sometimes I don't want to fool with it. And this morning is one of those mornings. So I use a box of yellow cake mix. It doesn't matter what type you use, just a regular box of yellow cake mix, okay? You follow the recipe on the back of the box, which mine says a cup of water, half cup of vegetable, 3 eggs. Well, I like butter in my cake. I just think it makes it taste better. So I'm substituting, instead of half a cup of vegetable, I'm going to use a half a cup of butter and follow the rest. So here we go. I'm actually just going to try to hand mix my cake mix this morning instead of using a mixer. There's my package of yellow cake mix. Now I melted my butter in my cup because I forgot to get it out and let it melt or soften. So I'm going to add, this is a half a cup of butter. So in goes my butter. Okay. I do have to grab a cup of water. Okay, I have my cup of water. I'll give this butter a little stir. Stir in the water. Cup of water. I'm going to give this a good stir and kind of get the cake mix and the liquids mixed up a little bit before I add the eggs. Okay, here we go. All right, that looks nice. All right, I'm going to use my empty cup for my eggshells. Or not for my eggshells, sorry. I'm going to crack each one, put it down in my cup to make sure I don't get any eggshells in my cake mix. So every time I don't do this, oh, lo and behold, I get an eggshell in my recipe, and then I have to dig it out. Ooh, let's see. I don't think there was nope. Good. One more egg. So it was 3 eggs. Yep, 3 eggs. All right, let me give my hands just a little quick wash since I've touched eggs. Okay, a little dry. Now you can take a whisk and just mix it thoroughly. It actually says hand mix for 2 minutes and then pour in your pan. Now I'll tell you, this is not even if you go online and look for a pineapple upside down cake recipe and you find an easy one, mine is different. And I'm going to show you why. And I get so many compliments on this pineapple upside down cake. And it's because I do one thing different. And I'm going to show you in just a moment what that is. And you will probably be surprised. Okay. Looks good and mixed. I think I'm going to do a good, quick, fast mix. Looks good to me. All right. I'm going to get my spatula and just make sure that there's nothing dry left on the sides, the bottom. Everything looks like it's good and mixed up. Yeah, everything looks good. Okay. Now I'm going to push this aside and I'm going to show you what I do that's different. Okay. First, I'm going to put down pineapple slices. I like to use 100% pineapple juice or in 100% pineapple juice because, you know, to me, it's too sickening sweet. You know, everyone's own preference, but I like in juice. Okay, but before I do that, you put in 1/4 cup of butter. Like I said, I didn't, well, you need to melt your butter because it needs to be nice and runny, okay? I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna pour that in my pan. Okay, I'm gonna coat that around, or not coat it, but yeah, coat it, I guess. Just let it, the butter be all over the bottom of your pan. Now, you take a cup of packed brown sugar. And that's why I say I like to get my pineapple in its own juice, because you know, with all the brown sugar, it is just too sweet for me. So I'll just like take this, sprinkle brown sugar. You just want to get it all over the bottom of your pan, the brown sugar. And sometimes if you get a lump, just take your spoon or your fork or whatever you're using and kind of spread it out. And you can put the pineapple at the bottom if you'd like. You can put the butter and sugar at the bottom. It's whatever you want to do. I've done it both ways, and it doesn't, to me, it doesn't affect the pineapple upside down cake. Okay, so I have a nice little layer, brown sugar and butter. Now, you'll notice, oh, there's some wet spots, Deb. There's some dry spots. Don't worry. The pineapple will moisten everything, and you don't have to worry about it. So, I open up my sliced pineapples, and you don't have to pour off the juice. I mean, you can. Let me pour off a little bit. You can actually save it and drink it if you like pineapple juice. All right, let's take them out. And I layer them on the bottom of my baking sheet. This is a 9 by 13. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on my oven. So you need to turn your oven on 350. Okay, there we go. And what I like to do is I like to bake mine about 25 to 30 minutes, but you need to check it, you know, to make sure it's not burning. Just keep an eye on it. Okay, and what I found with this recipe with these rings, okay, let me show you. Okay, I have, you know, kind of, they're evened out, but then there's always an extra slice of pineapple. So I like to take it, break it up, and put it in between the little slices. My hands are clean, folks. Just wash them. Just kind of place it, there we go. I'll just place it there, in between. Okay, now, you're probably thinking, okay, Deb, what's your secret? Not yet, not yet. Okay, now, I like to use maraschino cherries. I use the big jar. Get this open. I'm gonna drain some of these juice off these cherries. Let me get a little bowl. Pour them out here. Go. You can, let me move that so you can see a little bit better. I like to put a cherry in between each one of the rings. And then, because my girls love these cherries, I use the whole jar of the maraschino cherries, because who doesn't like a maraschino cherry? I mean, really. If you don't like maraschino cherries, hey, don't use them. Leave them out. But my girls love maraschino cherries, so I use the whole jar. And they're like, ooh, I got 3 cherries. So, yeah. I think pineapple upside down cake is delicious. And even with a cake mix, it's still delicious. I mean, I think so. Okay, all the maraschino cherries are in the pan. Lift it up here so you can see it just a little bit. Get this out of the row. Look at that. Look at all the maraschino cherries. The girls love this. Here's my secret, guys. Here is my secret. A can of crushed pineapples. And I use also, I always try to get the pineapple and 100% pineapple juice. And like I said, the reason I do it is because the brown sugar, it already makes it sweet enough. You don't need all that extra syrup. So I take, let's see, I better use a spoon. I take the crushed pineapple and I kind of spread it around. I use the whole can. Spread it around the top of everything. So it gets a nice coating of crushed pineapple. And oh, you know what? And I never thought about this, but something else I do a lot of times, instead of using the water, and I didn't even think about it today, in your cake mix, I will save this pineapple juice and I will mix it with pineapple juice. And I think it just gives it a little extra flavor. Now, I kind of try to drain the juice off of this as much as possible. I mean, you don't have to squeeze it dry, but you know, I try to get a lot of the juice off. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. And I know you might think, oh, Deb, that's just too much pineapple. It's not. It really isn't. Every time somebody comes and tastes my pineapple upside down cake, they're like, oh my gosh, this is most delicious. It is really good. And it's all because I add the crushed pineapple on top. You know, that way you're getting pineapple on every bite of cake. It's just, oh, it's so moist, it's delicious. Okay, so now that all this is down, I'm going to pour my cake mix on top. And this is very, very simple and easy. And believe me, the extra pineapple, I'm giving you my secret. The extra crushed pineapple, oh, it's delicious. Like I said, you don't need to spray your pan because of the butter in the bottom. So it's simple, it's easy. All this goodness out of this bowl. This cake mix goodness. And I know making homemade pie or cake would have been better. But you know what? I have some other things to do today. I need to do some cleaning, and actually I'm going to bake a pie, but it's going to be simple and easy. Okay, so I have this on here. This is what it looks like. It's going to go in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And as soon as the oven comes to the right temperature, that's what I'm going to be doing. So right now, I'm going to get all my utensils that I used, measuring cup, my cup, get them in the sink. I will be getting them in the wash here in just a few minutes. Wash my hands up because I got a little dough on it. A little batter, I should say, not dough. It's not my cherry bowl. And if you have a dishwasher, most of the stuff could go in the dishwasher, right? Now let's clean up my mess here. Jars in here. Eggshells. And everything that I got out. Put that in the trash. Get my dish rag. I'm going to wipe off the counter. Oh, I need to rinse this off before it goes back into brown sugar. And I love these containers. I did get these from Amazon. I like them because number one, they have a nice seal on them. See the seal? They clip shut. But look how wide the opening is. You can get a cup. And I always keep measuring cups in my containers. And the opening is big enough, plenty big enough, for a cup measuring. And that makes it nice, that makes it easy. And I'm thinking about getting, and I forget what it's called. It's a little disc that you can put down in brown sugar so that it keeps it from clumping. Usually I don't have too much of an issue with brown sugar clumping, but I thought, hey, I'll give it a try, you know. After you've had your brown sugar for a little while, if you don't bake a lot, if you don't, you know, use it up, it does get hard. And who wants to pay for brown sugar and then have it get hard and you're out there chopping, trying to get, and I'm just like, shh, I'm done, you know. So, okay, the oven's at 299. It's going to go in just a few minutes. And then as soon as I pull it out, we will check with it. I'm also going to make a simple and easy, sugar-free, and the only pie crust I could buy, because I was looking for a sugar-free one, but they didn't have any. I got reduced fat. And this is just a graham cracker crust, a box of cook and serve sugar-free chocolate pudding. I'm going to bake it. I'm going to cook this, pour it in here, put it in the fridge, cut it, serve it with some whipped cream. And that's going to be 2 desserts for tonight, because I do have company coming, but it's family. So these are simple, easy. I don't have to do anything fancy. Anyway, I'm going to cook the pudding. I'll come back, show you my pudding pie, show you my pineapple upside down cake. I'm going to pop it in the oven here in just a minute. Okay, I decided I'll go ahead and make the chocolate pudding. Oh, my oven's on. I just put my my temperature's ready. I just put my pineapple upside down cake in the oven. I'm using 2% milk. This package is the 2 ounce package. Uses 3 cups of milk. So let me get that in the pan. You know, these are quick, easy, simple recipes. And when you have other things to do, that's what I like. I like something quick, easy, and simple. And these 2 desserts are both quick and easy. But I'm telling you right now, try the my pineapple upside down cake with the extra crushed pineapple in it, mostly drained. I mean, you don't have to squeeze it dry like I said, but I'm telling you, once you do that, you will not want to go back to a regular pineapple upside down cake. Okay, put this on. Let me get this mixed up. Just get the pudding and the milk incorporated, so when it starts getting warm, it doesn't start getting clumpy. I like to do it when my milk is still cold. It's nippy out today. I think it's only supposed to be 65 or 66 today. I don't know. I can't remember. But it is officially fall here. Okay. I think I've got that done. Yes, that's nice and incorporated. I'll take my spatula, kind of scrape the sides a little bit because there's a little bit of the powder off the pudding. Now this says you need to stir it up, of course. Bring to a boil, medium heat, stirring constantly. Serve warm or chilled, whatever you want to do. I'm, of course, going to let it cool just a little bit. I'm going to pour out my pie crust and put it in the refrigerator. So go ahead and get this pie crust ready. And the nice thing about these pie crusts are when you, well, you, of course, when you open it, I of course pull this graham cracker paper off of it. There are a couple of recipes on in the back. Pumpkin mousse pie, which, I don't know, that doesn't sound good to me, but I know a lot of people are pumpkin fans. I'm just not. And the 5-minute key lime pie. Wow. That might be, and I like key lime pie, so that might be worth trying. Okay, so I've got that off there. There's a little bit of sticky glue on that, as you can see. I don't know who of you have not ever, used a pre-made pre-made graham cracker crust, but it always has that little glue. But it's not going to touch my pie, even where I took it off, so I'm fine. I'm going to give it just a little wipe. Here's the crust. I'm going to wash off the front of this. It's because, it's been in the store, and I don't know who else touched it. So anyway, okay, wash it off, rinse it, because I'm going to use this to cover the top of my pie when it cools and keep it in the refrigerator. So, nice and clean. I washed it off. I'm going to check on this. It's just warming up. I like chocolate pudding. And sugar-free cooked pudding is so much better than the instant. I don't like the instant. I mean, I just don't. This, you can't tell that this is sugar-free. It's delicious. It really is. It's very good. So, if you've not tried the cooked pudding, the sugar-free cook, try it. It's so good. And, if you have someone who's diabetic in your family, try this. And I would get some skim milk. I just always buy 2%, so that's what I'm using. But try skim milk in it. Okay, I'm going to let this cook down for a little bit, and then we'll come back and pour it in the pie crust. Still not done. With pudding, you have to really keep an eye on this, because this is already, it's only been a few minutes, but it's already starting to thicken, and all you have to do is let it come to a boil. I'm going to turn down my heat just a smidgen. Let's see here, is it boiling yet? No, it's not boiling yet. So I need to continually stir, because, let me bring it over here and let you see real quick. It's getting thick, but it's not hot enough to bring to a boil yet. So I'm going to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn at the bottom. Because if you let it burn, it will get, well, you don't want it to burn because that would be nasty. But it will stick to the bottom of the pan. So constantly stir. Stop, take a look. Is it boiling yet? No. I love both of these desserts. If you're in the mood for something chocolate, well, the kids love chocolate, most of them. There's one that not that crazy about chocolate, but she'll eat chocolate. It's still not boiling yet. And the reason you want to let it come to boil, because if you don't, the pudding won't set. It won't get, hard. It'll stay runny. And you can't, who wants to eat a runny pie, a chocolate pudding pie, or any pudding pie? You have to let it come to a boil. I think it says does it let it come to boil for 1 minute, or is it just come to boil? Bring to boil, stirring constantly. So no, as soon as it comes to boil, it's it's done. And mine is not boiling yet. Doesn't take too long. But I'm going to continue to stir it. And as soon as it's ready, we'll come back. Okay, my puddings came to a boil. And all it does is kind of bubble up on the sides. But it did. So I've already turned off the heat. Give it a little stir. Now I will tell you, when I say let it cool for a minute, you can't let it cool long, because if you do, you'll get that skin on the top, at least I call it skin, where it's cooled and has turned darker. And then it kind of gets, you know, that little film on it. So I've let mine cool for maybe just a minute. Give it one last good stir. Now I'm going to pour it in my, let me see here, pour it in my pie crust. Oh, there we go. I think you can see this. And see, the bigger pudding mix fills the pie up very nicely. Get all this scraped out of here. All this delicious chocolate pudding. There we go. And then I let it cool for a little bit before I put it in the refrigerator. Then I put it in the fridge. I let it chill. I let it wait till it gets the film on the top and it's totally cooled before I put the lid on, because if you don't, you have all the moisture, you know, from the heat. It condenses. This will get wet. It will drip and drip down on your pie, and you don't want drippy pie. So here's my pudding pie. I can't really turn it too much. Isn't that pretty? See the steam coming off that? Oh, it smells so good. And my cake has 8 more minutes. I just checked it. It is not done. So let me clean up the kitchen, and as soon as my pineapple upside down cake is ready, we'll get it out. Okay, I think my pineapple upside down cake is ready. I baked it for 25 minutes, had the timer set. It wasn't done, so I did another 10 minutes, which is a total of 35 minutes. And it looks pretty done to me. Oh yeah. Oh. Touch. Yes. Let me do the toothpick test. See if it comes out clean. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Perfectly clean. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I have to let this cool, totally cool, before I cut it, because if I don't, it will be a mess, and the filling will be, you know, the pineapple upside down stuff will be running everywhere, because, you know, it's going to be hot. So when I cut a piece, I'll take some pictures. It will be on this page. This is absolutely beautiful. It's delicious. And while it was baking, I got my counter cleaned off, got all my dishes done. Things that couldn't go in the dishwasher are hand washed, dried, put away. This probably took me a total, when I started to finish, 45 minutes. I'm totally done. Kitchen is totally cleaned up. 45 minutes for 2 desserts. It's not like this one was a tough one. The chocolate peanut butter, or the chocolate pudding pie was easy, simple. So it's getting the skin on there. As you can see, it's darker. I'm going to let it cool a little while longer, and then it's going to go in the refrigerator. This one, I'm going to let it cool, sit on the counter until my company comes, and cut it and enjoy it. It's going to be delicious. Guess what? We're doing carry out tonight, so I'm done for the day. I get to sit and relax and enjoy my day until company comes, and we have dessert. So guys, if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Try the pineapple upside down cake with the extra crushed pineapple. I'm telling you, it's unbelievably delicious. Anyway, thank you for coming back to my channel. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and have a great day. Thank you.